Good morning. Here. Your time is there. It's about 7:30 Central. I haven't made a video in a couple of days. This one will be, I don't know, weird. That's all that's left is total fucking insanity, right? They're trying to kill us. Do we know what happened with that EBS test the other day? We gonna find out. Some say nothing happened. Stuff was beeping all over the place. Not on my phone. They ain't getting me. But I didn't vaccinate either. What does the word immortality mean? That's where we are right now, if you do the right things. But it's too late for many. We're gone. They're like lepers of some description. You know, when Yeshua would go out on his healing missions, everybody thinks, oh, he cured the lepers. Like they jumped up from their rotting state and just started running around doing jumping jacks. Come on! You think Mary was a virgin? Come on! But you eat his body. Catholic or Protestant. Oh, I quit that. Then I voted. We vote for the fallen angels. They wrote the Bible. Can we agree man wrote the Bible? Okay, George H.W. Bush was enlil and gave it to Trump. I don't know what the hell Trump can write, but bigger than shit, he's Revelation 12. You see, Virgo was laid out sideways with the moon at her feet on 27 September 2017. Did you know that? Do you have a clue about the stars? Are you poor in spirit? Poverty-stricken? What does that mean to be poverty-stricken? Oh, that means you have no money. You're in poverty. You stupid ass. I mean, seriously. Right to money you go. No money equals poverty. Holy crap. Alright, so let me continue. I'm going to throw on my Benny Franklin bifocals. Continue. First, sip of instant coffee. So let's talk about the name Rodriguez before we hit Microsoft. No, let's do Microsoft first. Cover kind of current events just to make you feel safe. Bill Gates founded Microsoft, and God knows they continue to commitment to U.S. Department of Defense. Lights out. Which JWCC, Joint Warfare, what, Command and Control? Shit, I don't know. Really? If Hillary gave all her shit to China a couple of years ago, then I wonder if she was running Microsoft on her server. That would have made it easy. So that's that. Let's move. Got a new laptop. Here's a brilliant move. Army Special Operations could be cut 10% as military looks at conventional warfare. Does anybody know what that means? Conventional warfare versus unconventional warfare? Let me help. Okay? Please, let me help. It turns out I went into the Army. I was growing up on Long Island. Didn't really want to do Wall Street, so I went in. I learned what a gig line was, man, and I got intelligence from there. Military intelligence. Believe it or not. I retired as an 06. Reserves. Transitioned after 11 years of active. With a mini retirement. They paid me to get out. But I stayed in the reserves. Continued to go to Frühlingsfest, Oktoberfest. Oh, over to Korea. Never made it to Thailand for a Cobra Gold or anything like that. But ultra-focused lens, Team Spirit. Oh, they all had my name on them. In between, fun stuff in Tampa after I went from Fort Bragg. It's a brief snapshot of my career. I mean, everything from probably 6 years in was tied to special operations. Army, JSOC, Joint, fucking combined. You name it. So special operations guys, do you know how much money we invest to make an Army special ops guy? They start out as conventional, and then they decide to go to the Q course, pick a second MOS, commo, weapons, medic, and the mission is to go do stuff independently with tied responsibility that can be trusted because they've been in, they know what they want to do, and they do it. We fought the last, 20 something years with that mentality. Fighting an enemy that wears civilian clothes and integrates with the population, blows shit up on roads. Oh, by the way, conventionally, our leader was Delta product #1, Pete Shoemaker. Man, everyone was so excited when he took over because he was homegrown from Delta. And that man and George Bush drove us through IEDs, or our tactics, techniques, and procedures. So let's call that a special operation, but not conventional. We drove through IEDs. We drove through IEDs as our freaking tactic, techniques, and procedure over and over again. That's if you were deployed. Back home, we were praying for them to come home at Christmas so we could watch Al Roker talk to him on NBC. Holy Spirit. Now, let's slow down and realize that they decided they wanted to cut Army Special Operations by 10%. That means potentially giving guys their walking papers. Not even, go back to another job. That's what it appears they want to do because it would be a reduction in salary. That's ultimately the driver. They got too many for the budget, I guess. So 10%. Oh, that makes me comforted. It's got to be against China and Russia. If you're talking conventional, take a minute and think about that. Conventional warfare means they have a lot of tanks and field artillery stuff and infantry and shit tons of people and the military doctrine in order to get that array straddled across a battlefield to move across terrain and hold it. I mean, that's what old armies used to do, World War II and Rommel and shit. We had that strategy and we had it figured out with a Berlin Wall, units in Germany, because we didn't want another Hitler to come streaming in or Russia to come streaming over to make it to France. And you can see Vladimir Putin apparently has decided not to do that. So you have Russia and China. Are they a partnership? Is Chairman Z and Vlad in senatusconsultum.eu? Do you know what that place is? And do you know Rodrigo Duterte is in there too? Rodrigo Rodriguez. I know a few Rodriguezes. I'm going to talk about two that are secret space program oriented. I kind of learned there was another Rodriguez, because in the alt YouTube world you've got Tony Rodriguez and you've got David Nino Rodriguez. So I know a Scott Rodriguez too, who worked for Shoemaker. He set up a really cool bunch of guys in the military to be, to play host nation surveillors, so that our guys who were learning in Fort Huachuca had to move around unconventionally. You're at the embassy, you've been through advanced special operations techniques training to go function overseas in civilian clothes, relaxed grooming standards, and then you learn, if you're going to go out and do something, how to see if someone else is following you. They taught people how to do that. And Rodriguez owned a unit of reservists that would come on active duty to go play those roles. You know, when I did this, we wore wigs and shit out west, Tucson, Phoenix. It was pretty cool because you follow them in cars. There's a lot of advanced techniques for following people in cars when you're doing the following. If you're being followed in a car by a group that wants to follow you, you don't know that they're there. I mean, if you're out by yourself on an expressway, they kind of don't need to follow you because they got that much covered. But in an urban area, you know, when you're making a bunch of turns at red lights, they can follow your ass and have you covered. So I learned a little bit about how to do that. So back to the two Rodriguez's. I'm going to get to my image here that's going to blow you away. But we'll talk about the Rodriguez. I got him on my cover too. The Rodriguez guy who, I think Laura Magdalene Eisenhower knows him. So let me pop over to my cover. I'm winging it here, stand by. Who we got? Alright, cool. So this is Tony Rodriguez. Right, he came out of Super Soldier Talk. James Rink, that great dude, runs a program to help guys who are captured and abducted in their dream state. And as a result of that, they were pulled into past life fighting. You know, they'll tell you that they did it. They'll articulate things for a half hour straight on Kroger and Kruger and all these places that they go. Look, Life in Sarah's Colony, this guy, and he's got multiple videos. So I believe that many of those conflicts were like, we were all on Aldebaran, we were on Nibiru, the men from Mars are fighting now, it's Mars Wars. That's modern era stuff. I'm going back when freaking Nimrod was running the show, and way the hell back there, man. We participated. So we've been told that all these guys are going to snap out of it as we speak. 2030, it's kind of over. They're breaking out. Other norm and normers are about to get pulled into hockey rinks for the next few years to get their sanity tested. And they'll look at VR stuff and just get poisoned. Stay near nature. Trust your intuition. So that's him. Now you've got the other Rodriguez. Boom. This is a madman here. MMA fighter. Look at him. Meh! He's into it. Okay. David Rodriguez. He's ready to rock. Let's see if I can move this bad boy down a little bit using my mouse. Come on. There we go. So this is just, I won't play any of his stuff. But he's got the shorts. Look at him. This guy's 265. He said he just went horseback riding out on San Francisco. And he'll tell you about all kinds of stuff. He's got to be point of origin Mars. And two words that apply to maybe you if you're watching me. Trump, zombie. You know, they're all waiting. What's the plan? Michael Jaco. These people need to come out and just disassociate from that orange bubblehead. They think he's the savior. Rev 12. He says he's the chosen one. Don't blame me. He's the one that said it. Okay. So that's sort of a stage setter. I'm going to conclude with my chart here. What I'll do is I'll move back to my cover page very quickly so you can be oriented that way. You see, here's my guy. We'll talk to my illustration. I got magic markers and stuff, and I write stuff down. Here I put a little icon. You got it on your phone, you know, when you add that thing to your thing from the smartphone. Well, I threw it in here. He's floating there. But this is a copy, not a carbon copy. It's just designed to provide a little gamma insight, like an X-ray, as to what the hell's going on in your body. Did you know the universe is inside you? Oh, you can't believe that either. You know, that guy Jesus, Yeshua, he told his brother Thomas that, and then Thomas told it to us in the gospel. But the kings and the presidents didn't include that in the latest version of the New American. You know, Vatican I went to Vatican II. From Hitler to Bush, not even Vannevar, we're talking George H.W. So I think some of these descriptors are appropriate. Tell me if you agree. Let's do it up here. Born innocent. Apply this to yourself. Born innocent. Crash test dummy. You ever banged into anything? You know, that funny video of the little baby that comes out the door and then sees what the hell's going on and pivots around on its leg and runs away. And that's us. Crash test dummies. Model 11/11/2021. Well, either you know that or you don't. Up on top, let's call it a title. Who are you before this life? Reincarnation means born again. Are you in poverty? Look at this computer design here. That's evolved. Once upon a time, we had no eyes or ears on Moldeck. Now, I know that looks like a pair of eyes with a nose, but it's really like, call it a brain X-ray. You have two hemispheres. Your ego is a box on the left, and that self-wagio spin out is your right brain. You have a high self that accounts for all your lives. Your heart's offset from your kundalini to hit the 777. That's really northwest because he's facing us. This could be a she. I mean, in terms of gender. See the boobs? A little flat. But the chakra are all the same. You have a root right down there at your anus, your sacral, your wind, your heart, your throat. There's our creator. There's our creator, Abun. Trying to learn. Do you brush with fluoride? Maybe you do. If you do, you got little chips all over there. And if you took a PCR test, whoop, they deposited some crap so you could snort it right into your brain cavity. Those doctors are such great sorcerers. Pharmacy is sorcery. That's Greek. So, are you gay? Man, you take offense at that, don't you? Half man, half woman. You used to be both. You used to be gay. Gay means happy. You think you know it all, don't you? Because you're a tough guy. Or you're a girl who rides on the back seat of the Harley. Fatty. All right. Everybody can tighten up. So we got a Roman calendar and a Mayan calendar. I put an asterisk above Maya because that's his second daughter. That timeline there is Pisces, the fish. 0 to 2020. 505 is 2020. There's 144,000 days in a Baktun, and there's exactly 505 through the age of Pisces. Boom. From 9/11/3 BC, slide to true zero, so 2017 becomes 2020, and those two numbers are whole numbers that are equal, because there's 505 Baktun that account from 0 to 2020, with 144,000 days or kin per Baktun. So, you think we're in the end times? Only the Father knows. Well, if he told us. She, him, Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, the wedding feast at Cana. So, who comprises the timekeepers to put this together? Well, you got daughter 2 in Melchizedek, but you got the bishops. We got to go to the chessboard. The kings, the queens, the bishops. You're the pawn. The limitations on the chessboard of that pawn. You got to jump them out now. Get past all the other pieces and look at that knight. That's the one piece that freaking, you don't know what the hell it's going to do. And when it's working with other pieces, It's very powerful. Knights Templar. Crossing the carpet. 4 stars and 4 corners. Look at their symbol and look at the divine feminine monastery in Carmel. There are actually 2 monasteries, but it's the Carmelites. So, just to finish this slide so I can close this out, we'll talk to the slide. I'll continue with the description up front here in blue. Don't forget your hue, man. Hue is light. H2O is water. Water can be contained in a glass, and it can evaporate and be out of the glass. It goes up to the clouds, comes back down. You ain't catching the water. Drink it. It's coming out. But we're 98% water, so we keep changing it up. H2O. Go to hydrogen peroxide and use that to brush your teeth. Food grade hydrogen peroxide. Use a dropper and a half a beer glass of water and dip your toothbrush in that or set it in it. And when it comes time to brush, you oxidize them teeth. You can even swallow it. The substance. Just don't make it too highly concentrated or you burn your tongue. But that's H2O2. Not with fluoride in it. How simple. It's available. Hydrogen peroxide. So this is your model number. The version identity is you. We're all unique. Every person is as unique as their fingerprint, iris, DNA. DNA has it all. That's what they're coming after now. They've gone down to the genetic level with luciferase and what the hell was that other stuff? Graphene oxide. In the EBS, Jared Kushner, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. You got Neuralink, artificial stuff is being clamped in and now delivered remotely. But here are some of the characteristics of this wind test dummy. That's you. Isn't it cool the way I drew those hands down there? Look, 2 thumbs and then the 4 fingers making that design. I just had to fit it all in as I was running out of room. So you see the arms and the little legs. Them parabolic ears. Whoop! We can hear now. We didn't have those on Malbec. We needed earphones to amp it up. But the monkeys had eyes and ears down here on Earth back then. Call it 900,000 years ago. All the way to 800 before Zuckerberg blew us up, Malbec. But we were moved down here so we can continue to evolve. Time's a dimension, so the ones that needed to move us, I mean, come on, 3, 2, 1, you're gone. Look what happened at Pearl Harbor. I'm sorry, at Nagasaki and Hiroshima. It's too early. I'm not pronouncing things correctly. Truman was Cyrus. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So back to us. Back to the model. We're parabolic. We're wireless. We have a transceiver. That up and down is frequency. Upper is enlightened. Lower, well, keep dropping down. We are cheaters. If you haven't cheated in your life, you're stupid. You gotta cheat, because you'll be dead if you don't. 4 miles over the speed limit. You cheated. You broke the law. You're guilty. Taxes? Come on. You're trying to get ahead. You're cheating them. Thank goodness. Other stupid people just say, hey, I'll figure it out on my own. And use the short form. The short form could be an advantage, but, fuck taxes. I haven't done taxes in a few years. Gives you a headache. Makes you nervous. You're fucking paying them. You're paying these assholes to run the place. So what do you do that for? Because you're a big fear-based pussy and you actually believe in the system we live in. When they get elected, not you or guys like us, the other ones with copper blood. I didn't put blood types in here. But those non-humans have blue blood. You know, Blue Boy, and they eat people. They're Anunaki, like Henry Kissinger. Trump's from Mars. Joe Biden is Genghis Khan. He did a soul swap. That's your right head. Now, as you go down in frequency, you can be enlightened like Buddha, like Yeshua, like the Holy Family. Then you get into, more common. Norman, Norma. They're in the seats at the stadium. They're not in the club. The enlightened folks are at the club staying cool with big bucks. And a rich person ain't getting into heaven through the eye of the needle unless they share their tickets, share their party. Then they're in. They're holding the gates. But you're waiting for Peter to let you in. Peter, IEDs. Rooster, lie. After Pentecost and the volcano, he went back to Jerusalem and said, call me a liar? I'm running this show now. I've got confidence. Along comes Bill Garrison, Paul, Tarsus, collect them taxes, drop them helicopters. Let's run this shit. We kill Rangers and we kill Americans overtly and then take the blame for it. William Garrison, look at him. So, from Norman Norma, you're going down. You got Dim and Dumb Dora. You got TV programs. Fear the Lord, the King, the Burning Bush. Isn't that in the Bible, the burning bush? Well, guess what? You've had mercury up the ass and under the tongue. But let's stay on people. You had Enlil Bush. Took it from Hitler. Goes decades from the Kennedy drop of Vatican II after John 23 all the way till August. Well, December 2018 is when Bush passed. But you've got the August man. The Trumper. 2020? Well, what happened in 2020? Trump was gone. Biden was in. He went to Houston complaining with his snake poem. But Joe's got it now. I mean, I never cared for the man. He was a plagiarist. He was done. Obama yanked him from the ashes. And look at Joe Biden now. There's no stopping him. He went down to Live Oak. He told you he ran FEMA. And he wants you to make a campaign contribution to his account in advance of the election. Just in case. Adopt a highway. The roads are built, but hell, let's adopt a highway and throw money at whoever's receiving that. They're on all the signs, right with all the police signs. Give to the police. They don't have enough either. Give to the Soft Warrior Foundation. Well, I guess we had too many of them because I just told you they're cutting them back. So, from here, we talked about Rodriguez. I just want to make sure I cover all my stuff on my slide. Yeah, mercury up the ass, under the tongue. Then came the laser, to take your temperature. Come here, beep, to shoot you right in the head. Oh, well, that just bounces right off your skin because it wants to tell you the temperature. It doesn't keep going inside. It's a laser. You know that. So you're comfortable with being shot in the head. Certainly, my brothers and sisters out in the Hopi reservation believe that. They do that to come and go from work every day. They've been wearing the masks since 2020. You want to talk about Lou Gehrig? That's your Hopi people. They wore gloves to go vegetable shopping. I mean, little plastic, the stuff that the doctors put on before they do shit to you. And they might have some shit on their hands, so they put it in that special bucket of, what's that science term for, like living bio waste. And it's not funny because children are being subjected to this. These innocent babies that don't make choices to vaccinate or do all this other stuff are being destroyed because their parents are too stupid to stand tall and tell them all to fuck off. And when it gets woken up out there, that council better run fast because they could damn near burn them at the stakes, and it wouldn't be wrong to do because what they've done to that tribe. I don't know how many people are going to pass. All the ones that know the prophecy are like gone. And I could tell you what the blue and red Kachina are. That's the Hopi prophecy. Sarah is daughter one. She's the corn doll. And the red Kachina is the sovereign Lord Emmanuel in Chiron. Our Creator has it covered. And it's moving to Antarctica. It's energy. Sarah's got the north, the Arctic. She was a sickly child, so she knows how to take it on. And you're talking about the first daughter of Yeshua ben Joseph and Mary Magdalene, who was an infant at the time of the crucifixion. Did you know that? Wasn't there a Holy Grail, Leonardo? Well, was it Leonardo Rodriguez or Da Vinci? But that's a fact. The man painted and, Renaissance. I'm explaining. We're peeling back this onion, people. So to characterize Bush, do you hate broccoli? But you love thick Angus Foster's, that oil can beer? Or Sam Adams, God love you, Larry Costa. Or Bud. Hockey or boxing fanatic? I'm back to Tony Rodriguez, who's an MMA guy. 265. Look at him. Now, one thing I'll say about this, he's happy. This is not a Civil Warrior guy. They're all pissed off all day. But this guy was an MMA fighter. He's semi-lit. I certainly wouldn't want to go at it with him. But, David had a slingshot. And if you know certain moves, which I don't even practice, but if I needed to use them in a one-time life or death, you can shove that man's nose right into his brain with the perfect shot, and it's over for him. Not to mention a straight shot to the Adam's apple. You just choke him right on the spot. That's why you don't see that happen in boxing rings, because don't cook him. But he's an MMA guy, and I give him a lot of credit. I like him. He's look at him how happy he is. But he's a Martian, and he's a Trump zombie. So these are different videos that he's done. I guess I'm winding to a close here. I'd say he's not a cannibal. I'd call him Angus. But if you go to Epstein Island, the presidents are cannibals. And that man right there is a Trump zombie. If you listen to him enough, these guys that are out there, that's all they have left. Trust the plan, QAnon, right? That's where it came from. Right after Rev 12, right after Revelation 12, right after the second Revelation 12 on 27 October 2017, a month after that, total eclipse of the sun occurred. In August 2017, everybody got out and there was an eclipse that went from Washington all the way to exiting at the southeast. Like that Chinese blimp that hung for 7 days, and news cycles and Fox News wanted to shoot it and bomb Russia. So we shot it as it was leaving. It did everything it needed to do. Then we shot it. We're so smart. The Hindenburg. So what else is there to say? We're ascending. Well, the point was that a month after August 17 was Revelation 12, version 2, the Trump administration. And a month later, QAnon posted out of nowhere the first post from the dark web. Blew out. Has Hillary been arrested yet? Will be arrested. The Saudis, UMA, all true. Cops were wiped out because they got access to Hillary's laptop after Breitbart was murdered because he interdicted Weiner at his mayoral coming out press conference with UMA, the Saudi partner of Hillary, Jezebel. People had to go down. But Trump wasn't taking that, man. He's a tuxedo wearer. He was on his way in. He's a time traveler. All this stuff is planned out. Mr. MAGA, he's the man with the red hat. He's in the fucking Hopi. He's in the fucking Hopi prophecy in the warped out time warp wrong division. And all the ones that know the real stuff are like dead. So you're left with this man with a long coat who's got water for Palestine. He's out in Lahaina saying paradise is, pleasure because it's on fire. Pleasure, sir, pleasure. The crooked man, the bowling pin, the moron who watches TV. A guy up at that level, and he's out there on TV chewing out Prince Harry. Yeah, Prince Harry, he's pussy whipped. Really? Did you deploy to Afghanistan, Donald? He did. Diana's alive. You might not believe that, but I don't really give a shit because you're going to die anyway. And all you stupid asses that make negative comments on my posts, go ahead, make one for this video. I can't wait. You dumb Doras. Bunch of 10th dimensional apes. So I'm at the 11D going, go ahead. Bring it. What do you got? You think you're bigger than me? You want to know my home address? You can't touch me. You can't arrest me. I got the syntax. I know how to talk to cops. I'll turn them right around and they'll be on my side. You better stay away from me if you think you're going to run this government. Because it's going to drop. Laura Magdalene Eisenhower is like flying all over the world now. I teased her yesterday. She gave us her itinerary for the next little bit. So I said, that's not quite prison, is it? Because she's been in prison too. Laura. She's the mother of twins. I'm the father of twins. I love my kids. I think they love me too. They should. I'm their dad. Everybody's got a dad and a mom, I hope. If you don't know who yours were, you can find out. If you're happy, somehow you made it. Stand on your own 2 feet. That's what the Creator wants. If your partner in life leaves you and you stay heartbroken and can't go on, you're wrong. So take your power back. Let's be happy and love one another. Doesn't mean everybody needs to have sex upon meeting. It means that some might. Who cares? You don't need sex. You need happiness. You need to be creative. You need to stop brushing with fluoride and find out where we're going. Because death was a lie and reincarnation is over. And babies born after 2021 have no karma. Do you know how to teach them about Santa? That's what we did. Guns? So they can kill also? We're just passing the baton like we've always done, and then you die. That's over. Wars are coming to an end, peeps. Be like me. I'm like Yeshua ben Joseph. He's the Shemesh right now. Stare at the sun. I know it sounds crazy, but the Mayans disappeared before Columbus came, and she's got the calendar, and it didn't end in 2012, did it? Love and light. A scene way. Billy out.